Ooh, what's up, Internet? My name's Nerdy.
And I'm Clarus.
And this is a reader rewatch of The Wheel of Time Season 1, Episode 7.
Yes, this is full book spoilers all the way through A Memory of Light. So don't get upset if we talk about spoilers.
The first time we watched this, we had not read a book, and now we've read all of them. So we have seen
Not
this
one
before.
book.
This is less of a reaction and more Nerdy's therapy around the show.
Yeah, that's fair.
But, at the end of the last reaction, I kind of was like, I feel like I'm being unfair to the show, and I need to, take a breath and just enjoy. And so I'm going to try and do that a little bit more today, and I will probably fail, because I'm me. If you want the full length reaction, go to patreon.com/nerdynightly, but if you don't, stay here, because you're already here, and at least Clarus is worth watching, right? Let's watch the best scene in the first season of the show.
Honestly.
I do love that those are considered short spears.
Yeah.
They're pretty fucking long.
Well, they're normally strapped to a belt, so I don't think that, I think that they took a bit of liberties with the spears.
Oh, no, I think the spears are great. And I think short spears might be that long, right? Yeah, she has a leather breastplate as well.
Yeah.
Let's go! Foul on the play. That's a horse collar tackle.
No cape.
Come on, mama, you got this.
God, this scene is so good.
It really is.
Yeah.
The storytelling of it is so clear. The actual choreography is fantastic. The editing really helps tell the story of it.
Yeah.
It's a little over edited, I think. There's a few too many cuts, but the stunt team did such a good job here.
Yeah.
Whoa. Great use of slow-mo there too. Not too much, just the right amount to get the point across.
To really show you what's happening.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot she got stabbed. Oh my god. I'm getting this this is just making me think of Avienda crawling towards the gateway as she's fighting Grendel at the end.
Oh, yeah.
This parallel between the reasons the two of them crawl, right? At the end of these two fights.
Yeah.
The bees. What's up, Tam?
Wild.
You gonna kill a woman while she's giving birth?
Yeah. Whew.
It's such a good scene. It really is.
Yeah.
Unbelievably good.
Yeah.
I kind of wish that was how the show started. Episode 1, you start with that. People are like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. I would have loved that, to be honest.
It's the most exciting moment in the whole season.
For sure.
And
the most visceral.
Yeah. And if you really wanted to have that Game of Thrones-esque feel, it is the most Game of Thrones feeling moment in the show as well.
Yeah.
Other than the fact that it's lit. Game of Thrones spent so much money on everything else. They didn't have money for lights.
Oh no, they lit it and then they just turned off the exposure. Just off completely.
I'm kidding. I had no problem with that episode. My TV did great.
Uh-huh. I thought you saw that in a theater.
I saw it in the theater the second time, yeah. They put 3... Yeah.
All right.
I if you play with your settings, you can have a great experience with it. I don't think my first... I can't actually remember which order it was in.
Oh, I don't know.
That's weird. Yeah, no. Maybe I did see it. Did it come out in theaters that night?
I have no idea. It didn't... I don't know if it came out in theaters here. I didn't...
I just remember watching it and then not really understanding why everyone else was so upset about it.
Right.
And I was like, it was dark, but it wasn't doesn't matter. Maybe I did see it in the theater first.
I don't know.
You would remember better than me, and you weren't even there.
You know it better than anyone. Do you really think he's ready for what lies ahead?
Of course he is.
Didn't you take the darkness out of him? Or does she know that she didn't? And what she said to Rand was a lie.
She didn't say anything to Rand. Like, she's never been like, he's cured.
We didn't leave him. He left us.
Is that line about him or about Barney?
When this is all over, we'll find him.
The cinematographer used the light in this sequence real well.
Yeah.
I already know what choice he'd make. And the one thing that we cannot afford is for the dragon to turn to the shadow.
He did marry a slaver.
Yeah. Like, the only reason Matt makes good decisions in the books is because the pattern makes him. He, like, usually, like, I don't want to do this, but I keep getting sick, so I did it.
I mean, the decision to save the girls from Tyr, like...
He doesn't want to go. He ends up there because he's, like, the pattern is making him ill. And he even says, like, if the pattern makes... If you don't have a choice. He said, him and Perrin have a whole conversation where he's like, it's not like we have a choice.
But
the pattern's going to get us... I know.
These books are all about choice.
Oh, was.
There's something worse than falling into a bottomless pit.
Oh, yes, certainly. I can think of it.
It's all right, Lawyer. We understand.
We don't need excruciating detail.
Loyal is fantastic.
Yeah.
He's just... The show version of him is so great.
So delightful. And feels like the book to me, honestly.
He nails it.
You were scowling. I bet I'm pouting.
And tonight you'll be panting, you know what I mean? Where's the dagger? Does Moiraine have it?
Yeah, because they take it. Right? It gets stolen. She has to have brought it with her. I think Lan put like a blankie over it, right? Yeah, and then they take it with them because it gets stored with the horn.
Yeah.
No Rogier would deface a guiding. It's as if someone's tried to destroy it.
It looks pretty legible still, though.
I'll ask for your patience.
If he's asking for patience. Do you know what did that to the guiding?
It's Pat and Fane, right?
Smeagol.
I mean, basically. He has like 4 names.
Yeah,
Shai
true.
Sam, Mordith, Ordith,
Pat and Fane.
Pat and Fane. I do kind of dig that show Rand is a bit more of a himbo than book Rand.
A himbo?
Yeah, like book Rand
is fucking hopeless.
Well, but book Rand is also like a little bit more of a reader. And maybe it's just because I'm so used to later Rand where he gets obsessed with reading the prophecies and whatnot. But show Rand just kind of seems like he's hot, and he's like a half decent farmer. But like he doesn't have a lot going on behind the eyes.
Wow.
Yet. It gives him somewhere to go.
He's still a wee baby.
He wants that like very traditional small town lifestyle. Mm-hmm. And it comes across well in Joshua's performance. Mm-hmm. Jesus Christ. Come on, Lan. The warders are so fucking bad.
Quickly!
There he is. Wow, that shot was great.
Yeah.
I don't remember seeing that shot the first time.
It's so fast, you might have blinked, you know?
Yeah. I just wasn't paying attention to like the edges of the frame as much the first time we watched this.
Yeah.
Because I had no fucking clue what was going on, right?
You wanted Layla dead, out of the world. That's why you killed her, because you loved another woman more than...
Wow, Perrin definitely gets the worst of it. That's pretty rad. Mm-hmm. The like physical difference in the or similarity in the way they're bending back was a really nice touch there.
Yeah.
The power dissipating there was a really great visual.
Well done. All of you.
But especially Nynaeve.
Yeah. I know it's like very different, obviously, but I do really like that sequence.
Yeah, no, it's great.
The eye of the world is a day's walk beyond the city. But rest is close at hand. We have friends in these borderlands.
Moraine definitely gets the easiest of the Machin Shin whispers. Because it's the shit she's already said to Swan out loud. I'm gonna get these people fucking killed.
Yeah. We didn't get to know what L'Oreal heard. We heard everybody else.
You're never gonna finish your book.
In the South, they burn books. L'Oreal's like, what?
How long has it been since you last walked through this gate?
I do like that L'Oreal just kind of knows things about people.
Well, you know, the Hadori is even enough in and of itself.
I appreciate you making the trek to the Borderlands, but I fear you may have done so in vain.
Lord Agomar, if you'll allow me to finish.
If you let me to say fucking anything.
Yeah.
Now, while it behooves you to guard the gap, as your family has always done, it might be prudent to have a group of men wall up the Faldaran Waygate as well.
That guy's like, oh, fuck.
From fucking Willow.
Yes.
Yeah.
You and your companions are welcome here as long as you wish.
This is so different from Book Agomar, who's like, hey, let's have dinner.
That will not change while the Black Hawk still flies.
Thank you, my lord.
This version's so angry. I remember when we got to the book, and I was like, Agomar fucking loves them. He's like, we're having dinner. We're feasting tonight. Let's go.
He's like, no, don't leave. Don't go.
It's because Book Agomar and Book Lan are boys. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. The show is going to give Pat and Fane a, like, real ending, right?
I presume she still resides in the city?
The seer? Why do you wish to speak with her?
Oh, they know she's a seer.
Yeah.
Of course he does. Why would he ask her a question when he already knows all the answers?
And to whom should I send this message?
The Red Aja.
Oh, I
Season
forgot
2's
about
gonna
that.
be wild.
I forgot about that totally.
That's why he's locked up in the cell in that clip that they put out forever ago.
Oh.
So maybe he is cured of the dagger already. But then why would they chase Pat and Fane? Oh, for the horn.
Yeah.
So you just cut out the mat sickness. That makes sense.
Well, and L'Oreal gets stabbed by the dagger, so maybe they have to save L'Oreal.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Or
L'Oreal's dead.
Yeah. Well, that's what we said when we first watched it. We were like, L'Oreal is dead.
Padden Fane's dead. He was there on Beltane when the Trollocs came.
Yeah, so were you. Did you see him die? Nynaeve, do you not remember you got dragged away and you weren't there?
I'll tell you what, dinners with the Travellers were better than anything you've ever made.
Rude.
The big brooding one has...
They're both big. And they both brood.
And the redhead is rocking a baby.
Whose baby?
No idea, looks like any other baby.
Babies all look the same.
Are they taking out her, like, knowing if her interpretations are correct or not part of it?
I see the Amaryllin's seat, and she's wearing full regalia, and she's going to be your downfall.
Is Suwan Lanfear?
God, no.
Powerful as you are, I don't think you can drag the four of us there against our will.
Well...
We left the Two Rivers to protect the people we love. Our families.
Yeah, Gwaine.
The Dragon Reborn being one of us. We only believe it because she told us it's true.
She can't lie.
That doesn't mean she can't mislead.
She's also very wrong.
But, like, the Trollocs are chasing them. That should be, like...
No, I bet, like, she goes there with Rand and she doesn't die.
True.
Like, nobody dies at the Eye of the World.
If Moiraine wasn't a part of this, you wouldn't think twice. You'd do it.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let your pride stop you from doing what you know is right.
Egwene's a real MVP of this scene.
Yeah.
She's crushing it.
You never really got to know him.
Matt is a terrible friend to you.
What is that supposed to mean?
You're the only one who's ever really loved me. Don't speak to her like that! Stop it!
You're the only one who's ever really left.
I know. This scene just...
The first half?
It's so good.
I'm like, okay.
You fighting over her like she's something you can win.
And then Nynaeve is like, it's a love triangle.
And we were like, wait, what? Like, I remember it being like...
I really don't like this. The first half of the scene is really good.
Yeah. And Egwene coming in and being like, if there's even a chance, like, feels so her.
The only woman I've ever loved was my wife.
The only woman I've ever loved.
I am Batman.
He's acting.
He's like, these lines are garbage.
I thought they were about to kiss there for a second. Goddamn.
That'd have been hot. He's like, my wife. And you.
Honestly, this episode is actually really solid until
just this part.
The petty.
Yeah.
They're like,
the
Matt
CW,
left us.
The CW-ness. Yeah.
I thought the scene fell apart faster, but it's actually really good until, like, kind of until Egwene goes in on Matt. And then from there on, it just kind of like...
Well, because the Matt thing was supposed to happen, right? Like, yeah.
Except I really can't figure out what the fucking... I don't understand where Moraine's coming from, and she's kind of the lead of the show, and so
what do you
that's
mean where
weird.
She's coming from?
Like,
with the they'll die or not?
Yeah. And why, like, I still don't really get why they think they need to go right now. I don't know.
Again, choice being the key theme of the Wheel of Time that actually no one has a choice.
You're the one being salty today.
Yeah. I didn't like the epilogue, okay?
I know.
You have taken nothing from me.
There's more to life than me. This mission.
You don't know Lan very well at all. Nynaeve stalks him. I thought that they went here together, but she straight up stalks him to this place. At least this is keeping up their tradition of Wheel of Time characters not having healthy relationships.
Yeah.
Like, if I was going out for a drink on the ship when we first started dating, and I found out that you followed me to the restaurant, I'd be like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
He's good with kids. She's moist. She's just standing in the window.
Yeah, I know.
Hello.
What the fuck?
I was just...
Following me. I don't think you could rightly call this tracking. Everyone,
You left?
this is Nynaeve.
He used the gateway.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to intrude.
Please, sit. Sit.
Is he supposed to be, Burr... Comma? What was his name?
But who joins him on his...
Yeah,
yeah. I know exactly who you're thinking
Or the guy
of.
who dies in New Spring. What's his name?
No, I think he'll join Lan at the end.
Yeah, but it could be the guy, because he's older, right?
Yeah, true.
Tronic was massive.
They're all massive.
Thank you for including me tonight.
Thank you for stalking me.
You didn't give me much of a choice.
They're like, this is awkward.
It's interesting. I think the scene actually works fine if it cuts there.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Maybe give her like a smile of like her being like giddy like a little schoolgirl for the first time in the show, and then that's the end of the scene.
Yeah. He's flexing his triceps so hard.
No, he's just that jacked. He's just yoked out of his mind. You know, he didn't have water for like 3 days before this scene.
Yeah.
I guess Moraine thinking they're all gonna die justifies this, right?
Justifies what?
They think they're gonna die tomorrow, like guaranteed.
Uh-huh.
Like Lan is definitely gonna die tomorrow because he knows he's not the dragon. So they're like, well, we're gonna die. Let's fuck. Right?
I guess.
Because I think the people who are like, well, it's not very Two Rivers to have premarital sex. I get that, but they're not supposed to live.
Yeah.
They're wrong, right? I wonder if season 2 gets into that where like they all survive and then he's like, I can't believe I gave it away.
Now I have to marry him.
Come on, you're a Two Rivers artist. Get your shit together. Rand. It's like 20 paces, dude.
He can't enter the void.
I know there's nothing between you and Perrin.
Of course there isn't.
Perrin's like...
But you really think I'll let someone else be yours?
Well, about that.
I do, like, you know, we've talked a lot this season. This episode's much better than I remember it being. And I think it's just that, like, so much of my memory of this was just the end of
Was that scene? I know.
Because, like, this is, like, all kind of frivolous, but it is really, like, well done.
Yeah,
And just none of this is going to matter later on.
Yeah.
Maybe it will. Like, maybe their relationship drastically changes how they interact at a later date.
Well, doesn't Rand go to the White Tower in season 2? Isn't
No,
there, like,
they go
a
to
shot
Cairhien.
of... Oh, okay. I thought he, like...
The Sun Throne is in Cairhien there.
I thought he meant the Emerald seat in...
No, she's sitting, like, the sun is on the floor.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
We haven't seen any of season 2. I only know what I've seen in the trailers.
You're leaving.
Look, if we know one thing about them having sex, it's that she never gets out of bed before noon. This is a change from the books I will not stand by.
My family was slaughtered. They smuggled me out of the palace.
Bukama.
That's it. Yep. Crushed it. Well done.
Only the way those kids on you. The wisdom never wets.
That seems great.
Mm-hmm.
Daniel Henney is fucking so good.
Yep.
I'll get you there. I'll get you to Nynaeve.
Oh, that's right. This scene does happen.
Oh, fascinating. I forgot.
Yeah. There we go.
Lantern. I think I've seen it before.
When I was a baby.
Oh, dear.
Did you know it was coming?
Yeah, sort of comes to the territory. I saw a baby born on the slopes of Dragonmount.
I totally forgot about this scene.
The weird CGI baby.
Yeah, that's awful.
Yeah.
But babies are always hard.
Yeah.
Just look at Clint Eastwood's American Sniper. The worst baby scene in any fucking movie.
Rainbows and carnivals and 3 beautiful women.
It's a circus, not a carnival.
It might be a carnival in the show.
Mm-hmm.
Do I make it back? I didn't think so.
I kind of wish he walked out the door and it just like was her like cleaning up as he left. And she just like under her breath was like, one of those women's me. And that was where that scene ended. It would just be a fun like...
Yeah.
Where have you been? Nowhere. I mean, you've been somewhere. And by the looks of this perfectly made bed, it wasn't in your room.
People fuck in the Two Rivers in the show.
Yeah. Nynaeve's not a prude.
They never bring up the Perrin Triangle again, ever, right?
I don't...
I want to go.
Does Egwene not think it is at all weird that Rand left her this morning?
Maybe he does that. Maybe he's like you and he has insomnia. She wakes up.
She's used
like,
to it.
Oh yeah, he's gone again.
Where's Rand?
I'm usually there when you were supposed to wake up next to him.
Yeah, she would have been the first one to notice, but maybe she's like, whatever.
Yeah, maybe she's used to waking up and him not being there, I guess. He does a lot of midnight archery.
Mm-hmm.
It's me.
Hi. I'm the problem, it's me.
I always kind of assume they left in the middle of the night.
Mm-hmm. That's still like a 10-hour walk with no supplies just to get there. And they like, I just wish they had like a bag with them.
Maureen's got a bag of holding tucked away.
They have no food. They've got no water. They're gonna go fight the Dark One starving and parched half to death.
Yeah. I know the Blight is very different, but this design, this like
great,
visual, it like honestly looks really fucking cool.
Oh, the visual's great.
Yeah.
I wish they leaned into the danger a little bit more. But...
Well, the problem is you can't do the thing where if you touch a tree, it might fucking eat you because you have to kind of like push through things.
I'm fine with that. I think that what is really like... What gets weird here is that they bring no supplies. Literally, like, they have nothing on them. They're going to
she says it's a day away.
And they're going to the Eye of the World, but the Trollocs attack the next day at that same spot that they just went through. So they would have to walk past that army of Trollocs. Like, the geography of how this works is so bizarre. And I think that they were like, we just can't think about it. We just have to film something. COVID, Barney's not back. And I totally get all of that.
Yeah.
But it doesn't help as a viewer. It's hard to, like, in hindsight, be like, well, you know, yada yada diddly dee fiddly faddly faddle. You know what I mean? And so it just ends up being one of those things that is what it is.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's weird. That might, other than a couple of rough spots, that episode is really like good television.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know that all of it is great for like the scope of what the series wants to be.
Mm-hmm.
But it's really good television in the moment.
Yeah, yeah. There's some really good scenes. There's like it does feel like it's setting up a finale, right? Like it feels like the penultimate episode.
Oh, I disagree very much with that.
Really?
Yeah, because
they're about to go do the thing.
I know, but the show has not in any way, shape, or form set up what the thing is.
Yeah, but
I think that like
I don't think you need that to feel like it's that they're going to go do it whatever it is.
Considering how the book doesn't do a great job of this either, so this isn't really a show problem.
Mm-hmm.
It is a problem of the Eye of the World being climactic to make the beginning of the series make sense, or to draw you in at the beginning of the series, but having a climax at the beginning of the series that really does not feel like Moiraine should be leading the characters into it. Like, Rand is just so untrained that, like, it really doesn't make sense that Moiraine thinks they're gonna go fight the Dark One and win. Like,
yeah.
Rand has channeled twice by accident. And it's so this whole scene just feels like, well, why do you think this is a good thing? Swan said so. But like, we meet Swan, and then Swan is like, well, yeah, the Dark One is weak right now, so if we don't kill him now, we're all fucked. And like, that is not true. And then we have Moiraine saying things that are contradictory with the like, if I take them there, it's certain death, and until we get there, we can't know for certain. Those are contradictory statements. And then she tells them
for certain afterwards.
Like, so she's making contradictory statements, which you literally can't do if you can't lie.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that you can use the word certain however you want and just pretend that it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And so there's some really like weak writing elements in these episodes around what is otherwise like really good scenes. Like 6 and 7 are where I think the strength of the writing of the show shines, but then you get to like the clunky, the trio stuff.
Yeah.
It's just so fucking unnecessary. And like, we know that we're gonna meet within a season, either in season 2 or early in season 3, we're meeting Fail.
Yeah.
you've already given Perrin this relationship with Layla. Why does he have this other relationship with Egwene? Like, why are you making his... You're making him feel like his, like, sexual attraction is very frivolous, which is not what I would say about Perrin.
No.
Right? And like, you're kind of setting up that, like, the Fael Berlain stuff is going to have a very different feel with this Perrin than with the Perrin from the books, right?
Yeah.
And I just... It's to have a little bit of drama in that scene that isn't needed, because the drama of are we going to go or not is so much more interesting than did Perrin get married out of jealousy?
Yeah.
Which is such
a weird
insane
idea.
fucking
like that. You proposed to Layla the day that we got together. It's like, okay, what? How would that even be relevant? Like, what?
Were Rand and Egwene ever together?
I don't think so.
They were fucking, but like, it's not like they were like Emmons Field's hottest couple. And so that element of the season is just, it's a little bit rough. It's a little rushed. And then it gets dropped because it's never going to matter again.
Yeah. And
like,
it doesn't matter. And I'm hoping that season 2 kind of leaves that CW feel in the dust.
None of the characters ask Moraine, like, what happens when we get there?
So what's your plan? You're just gonna like throw Rand at the Dark One and be like, catch, like,
Yeah. And
like,
obviously,
what is he gonna do?
Doesn't work. It's a fucking disaster.
He can like barely even touch the source at this point. Like, what? Yeah. It's interesting.
It's just tough because it's based on just kind of nothing. And so it's a climax. Like, yeah, like you're like, oh yeah, this is gonna be the final episode of the season. But it's a climax that's built on like the character who's supposed to be our intelligent character making a really dumb choice because Swan was like, well, the Dark One's weak right now. Why do you think that? Because you dreamt it? Like, is Swan a dreamer in the show? Does she have the foretelling? I don't think so.
I don't think
right?
so.
So like, why is she like, I had a dream? So I need you to go take a boy to fight God because my dream said that he's not doing great right now. And like, it's all not true. And if they'd set up that Swan was a dreamer, right? If they'd set up that Swan was the one who had the Guittara prophecy, then I would buy that this scene works, right?
Yeah.
If they were like, yeah, Swan, whenever she dreams stuff, it comes true. So she has this dream, therefore they're going to go do this thing. But there's no setup that Swan's other dreams are foretellings. Right. There's just, I had this one dream one. It would be like the dream you told me about this morning about the wedding.
Yeah.
If you said that and I was like, well, I guess that we need to make sure, and like that would be insane.
Well, no,
right?
I had a dream about my friends getting engaged and how it happened, but it has already happened. So it's like, what the fuck is that supposed to mean? And it also, I think, takes away from Eleda later on having the foretelling and it being like a huge part of her character and how she behaves.
Well, and Egwene literally is a dreamer.
Yes.
And that's important to the series.
Yeah.
Right? And so like this moment with Swan is just very odd. I just don't get it. I don't get where it comes from. I just don't get it. And so it sets up the entire end of the season on a premise that comes out of fucking nowhere in the middle of a sex scene.
Yeah.
But
the way stuff is like...
The way stuff's rad.
The way stuff is really cool.
Other than the not taking the horses through, which I don't really get. But.
Yeah, but how Match and Shin looks, that sequence, like, I actually think was really well done. Yeah. The one thing that I find very strange is that, like, we see the one power being used to throw that Trolloc, and then later on it's revealed that that was Rand, but we've never seen Rand channel before that. So they literally, like, purposefully, like, trick you into thinking that it's Egwene.
They do that the whole season, though.
No, but I mean, like, this is a time that we saw Rand's weaves, but they're like, just kidding, it was probably Egwene, just kidding, actually it was Rand.
Well, we see Egwene's weaves, and they're not strong enough to push the Trolloc away. Rand's weaves are. So we see, in the first time we see it, there's a little bit of weave, and that's Egwene trying to weave the Trolloc away, and then in the replay of it, we actually see that Rand's weave was the one that pushed him away.
It looked the same to me, it's just that it turned black.
No, because Rand has the black, yeah.
Yeah, but it just turned black. It was, like, yeah.
Look... we've spoken for over 2 years. No, actually just 2 years now about how the mystery box doesn't work. And so, like, it is what it is. I hope that those elements are gone for season 2. I hope they just kind of tell the story a little bit better.
Yeah.
The only mystery box I want the show to get into is who killed Asmodean.
Oh my god. I hope that they make that more interesting, or even maybe Asmodean
Or just
won't
cut his
even
money.
be in it.
And just because like Logain, because we've seen like Logain and Rand meet in season 2, right?
Yeah.
They put out that one clip, so I haven't watched the clip, but I know they meet. So
yeah, we still have to watch season 2 stuff. But yeah, the Machin stuff.
I'm excited for season 2. Honestly,
yeah.
I think they're gonna drop all of this shit, and like I think that season 1 is gonna feel like a fever dream by the end of this show.
Yeah.
Where like you can watch it's like Parks and Rec, right? Like Parks and Rec season 1 is fucking terrible. And like honestly, if you want to watch Parks and Rec, recommend it. It is 6 seasons of the best TV ever made. But start with season 2, episode 1. There's no reason to watch the first season. This is a little bit tougher because this is a like narrative story.
There's really important stuff.
But I think there's going to be a lot of season 1 stuff that does not like, because of the prophecies. They're just going to suddenly know about prophecies that don't make sense with how they behave in season 1.
Yeah.
They're going to suddenly like the one power is going to be explained in season 2 in ways that like kind of make season 1 like, all right, whatever. And like it's going to be a lot of, when you watch season 1, you just got to get through it. And that's kind of what this rewatch has been. It's just been me being like, yeah, but like if we can get to season 2.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
Shall we watch the finale?
Let's do it.
I want to say I shit on Perrin a lot this episode. The actor, I need to learn his name. I don't know why I don't know it off the top of my head. He's so good in this episode.
He's just
playing
giving
garbage.
shit. Yeah. He's trying to polish a turd so hard, and like I respect that. I respect it.
As much as I think that it is narratively so, and all of it is so unsatisfying, he fully buys in on all of it. And like I don't know if he loves the writing. Maybe he does. I can't speak for him. But like in my heart of hearts, I think that he read it and went, I don't know that this makes any sense, but he fucking committed to it anyway, and that's a goddamn actor.
Yeah.
He's really, I want him to have Fail because the show, him and Egwene's relationship in the show is weird because of the writing of that.
Yeah, I can't wait for him to shine.
I can't wait for him to have people to have scenes with.
Yes.
Who are interested in him being there.
Yeah.
Because the show is a little bit not interested. It gives Rand, Egwene, Moraine kind of a thing. Lan and Nynaeve kind of have a thing.
Yeah.
Perrin doesn't have anyone who really cares about him in like from like a scene to scene sense.
Yeah.
Of like we have scenes together.
Yeah.
Egwene and him kind of do, but they don't talk much. So I'm excited to get to Perrin, who like has people who are like, Perrin is the star of their life.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. If you like this video, like and subscribe to the channel. If you don't, hit the dislike button. Leave mean comments down below because the algorithm god is hungry and we must feed her. This episode, that algorithm goddess is
Min.
No, it's Tigraine.
Okay.
She died on the steps of Dragonmount to bring us the Dragon Reborn.
Anymore. She's dead.
I know, but that blood snow, it's so good.
It is. That is like my favorite scene of the show. It's like, it's so fucking iconic.
Yeah, and this Min and Rand's relationship is going to be very different. I'm very curious to see how they handle that.
Yeah, she is definitely older than him, also like actress-wise, but also like in story-wise.
Yeah, because she would have been like 10 when she saw his dad, right? She's like at least 30.
But yeah, I think she's probably 10 years older.
Because I don't know, because I don't think I might be making this up, so this is not true. But I think in the books she starts to have foretellings around puberty.
Oh.
But I don't know if that's true.
I guess it depends when like puberty is, because.
Fair. Do something nerdy in it, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.